Someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele.
This is called deepfake.
This is called deepfake.
This is called deepfake.
It generates a video of the person and the voice, in this case Obama. The same technique was also recently used on Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, where the deepfake character told Ukrainian soldiers to lay down their arms and surrender. So this tech actually exists. We are in 2023 anyway. So it shouldn't be a surprise that they cloned P2B's voice to make it look like he was in a phone call with Bishop Oyedepo. Microsoft will be taking this tech a step further with their AI chatbot, which will be able to turn just a text to a video. The tech used in cloning P2B's voice doesn't require the kind of computer hardware resources that a deepfake video needs. So it's actually very easy to clone a voice online. There are free sites where that can be done quickly, although you need to pay to get something useful. So definitely the person that did this used a paid one. As you can see here, it's as simple as uploading a sample voice. You just download audio of the person you want to clone his voice, P2B in this case, and Oyedepo. When you upload the sample voice, you now type the text, what you want the voice to say. It will generate the voice, you download it and edit it to make it look like a recorded telephone call. It's as simple as that. This is why there is serious discussion on the future of artificial intelligence because of not just how it will affect humans, but also the fact that people will use it for malicious purposes, like you've seen in the case of Obama and Zelensky video. Anyway, that's for another discussion. It is very easy to get voice samples of famous people. There are literally thousands of content where you find Oyedepo speaking. Also, P2B in the past few months alone, during the campaigns and far longer than that, he was a governor for 8 years. So finding videos and recordings with his voice is not a problem. There's a lot of deepfake videos on YouTube. With the help of AI programs, you can clone a voice. You can even clone your own voice if you are a content creator. So what you need to do is just to write an article or text of what you want the voice to say, and it will read the article and you record it to use in your content. In fact, we've done some videos like these, although not very realistic, but you get the picture. First is this one with Mark Angel.
Emmanuel, I pick your phone. Oh.
But you saw people rushing me, taking my pictures. You still don't believe.
Hey, Manuela, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, please, can you show us the photos of Mark Angel that you took at the White House?
You remember? Photos? You know what to say. White House?
You don't remember when people went to the White House? Does this photo ring a bell? He said you took this photo of him at the White House.
Hey! Uncle.
There's another one with Naira Marley and Olamide throwing jabs at each other.
What about you, Olamide?
Yes, add another score for me. I told you guys I will win.
Can you just give us the number? And by the way, your stream just changed to black and white.
Black and white? Which phone are you using? It's an iPhone. Why do you ask? I think so now. Transition they use. Transition? But wait a minute.
It's back to color.
You said you have an endorsement deal with Itel and you don't even use their phone. Who told you I don't use their phone? But you just said. I have two phones, alright? And besides, I think it's a network problem. Maybe it's a fake iPhone. I don't use phones.
Please, which phone brand is Transition?
Never heard of it. Please tell us, Mali. If you know, you know.
You can achieve very realistic results if you have all the right tools. You need the right software, you need the right hardware, graphics cards, huge processing power, and most importantly, the experience to do it perfectly, not this audio that they released. Now, let's see a few things that are quickly detectable in this audio that proves that it was edited with an AI-assisted voice cloning software. Number one is that if you're recording a call, it does not start recording until the other party picks the call. You can try it right now on your phone. Even if they use the sound recorder on the phone to record the call, they will still encounter a problem because it can only capture from the microphone, not the speaker. Even if the call is on speakerphone, there will be a lot of interference, so they completely forgot about it. They shouldn't have added the ringtone in the beginning. Also, in most political circles, they don't make normal calls because of interception. What they use is WhatsApp calls because of encryption. So even if P2B were to make this call to Oyedepo, he will be very mindful of what he says during the call because he knows that Nigerian security agencies can eavesdrop on his call without the permission of the network provider. So in order to keep their conversation secret between themselves, people in high places don't use normal calls. They use the ones that have encryption to protect their privacy.
Good morning, Daddy. Praise the Lord. How are you, sir?
Number 2. It's funny that Oyedepo responded to a good morning greeting by saying, "Praise the Lord." Maybe the guys that did this are Muslims. They think being a pastor will make Oyedepo lose natural behavioral traits. This is not even taking into account that Oyedepo's voice was somehow fixated in a single tone. His voice isn't accurate at all. They should try harder, and the "thank you daddy" was just a robotic repetition. Number 3, P2B's character sounds so stressed out, like someone in real distress. No matter the pressure on him, P2B can't sound this way. If he wasn't feeling well, he wouldn't be making calls to people that will arouse their curiosity to find out what is wrong with him. And being a popular person, the news will spread like wildfire that he's sick. In a nutshell, they failed flat. This isn't his voice. It's very obvious. Number 4, what magic can Oyedepo perform for P2B on the eve of the election? Can he reach the thousands of his followers in Kwara, Kogi, and Niger State within hours before the election? Even if he's able to reach all of them, can he really command them to vote for P2B? No further explanation is needed here. This one is the main giveaway that this was AI generated, because P2B can never beg in the manner as portrayed, never. A man that spent about 3 years to recover his mandate in court, he was sworn in as governor of Anambra State. Within a few months, the Anambra House of Assembly members wanted to impeach him because they were all PDP members. They invited him to the assembly complex and gave him conditions that he must fulfill, or else they will impeach him. Let's take a listen.
Go and ask the 30 member of House that impeached me. We sat down and they said, if you give us this, we will stop the impeachment in front of everybody. And I can call notable names and there. And I said, I'm not going to give it to you. I'd rather go. My name is Peter Obi. My name is not governor of Anambra State. I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria that works.
So a man that it took 3 years for him to recover his mandate and faced with impeachment, he still had the courage to tell them to their faces that he's not going to give anybody anything, that they can go ahead with the impeachment. He knows that he didn't do anything wrong, which the assembly members did anyway. They impeached him and he went to court and got judgment again. So this type of man can never beg anybody. P2B is not desperate. We know politicians that are desperate in Nigeria. Why will he beg anybody? P2B marketed himself very well. He told people what they wanted to hear, and they bought it and voted for him. Many people spent their own money campaigning for him because they believed that he was telling them the truth. Also, his antecedents really worked for his image. It is very easy to trust P2B once you hear his story, someone that tells you that it is for your own good. He didn't need to beg anyone, and he will never need to, even in the future. He went to Bayelsa and told them that their oil is worthless and it's a depreciating asset. The same thing in the north. He told them how poor they were, how the politicians have impoverished them, that they've only succeeded in creating poverty instead of wealth, and how he plans to use the north as a launchpad to eradicate poverty. He told people what politicians don't tell voters. He told them the reality, no fake promises. And like they say, the truth is bitter. What is P2B's crime that career politicians don't like him? He simply told Nigerians that politicians don't work for the people, that they work for themselves. That people should wake up and take back their country and retire all these selfish politicians who obviously couldn't compete and resorted to tribalism, propaganda, and all sorts of things because they couldn't compete on intelligence, capacity, and competence. This has always been P2B's mantra. He's very consistent. He's been saying this for years. This audio is just a product of the narrative they are spreading. They want to make it stick. They say that P2B played the religious card during the campaigns, although many people are aware that these kind of statements come from people who want to play on our collective intelligence. But it's good to point out that from P2B's utterances, you will agree that he's not that religious as people think. Someone who says that the church should give him money and support his campaign because what he's doing will benefit the members of the church. This was his response when they released the propaganda before the election that he gave the Christian Association of Nigeria 2 billion naira. You need to watch how he smartly refused Mbaka's insistence that he donate money to his adoration ministry. Peter Obi insisted that he should show him a project that they have so that he can support it. In another occasion, he said the time for prayers are over, that it is time for action, which was a rallying cry for people to go out and register to get their PVC and endeavor to come out on election day and cast their vote. Yes, this is very logical. One can't be praying without walking. He's also on record to have told a congregation in one of his invites that they should not vote for him because of where he comes from, but for his competence and capacity to tackle the many challenges facing the country. Unlike TINUBU, who said that it is his turn and Yoruba's turn. Atiku also told the Northerners not to vote Igbo or Yoruba person. It's people that are not smart that you can bamboozle with rhetorics of the church, like miracles and all that. A smart person knows that you have to get yourself a job before God's blessings will come upon you through your job. You can't be an idle person and expect God to come and put food on your table. There must be work before success. So people pretend that someone who ran a Muslim ticket in a secular country like Nigeria didn't play the religious card. But somehow Peter Obi, who ran a balanced ticket, is the one playing the religious card. Interesting gymnastics. You can also understand why they used Oyedepo's voice and not Adeboye. This is because Oyedepo has never supported APC. He supported Jonathan, supported Atiku. In 2023, he didn't declare his position. But for the fact that he isn't with them, they assume that he's supporting Peter Obi this time because of power shift to the south. Anyway, these guys should do better. They think they can forge and fabricate anything and the public will swallow it hook, line and sinker. That's how they forged TINUBU's certificate that he presented to INEC under oath. That certificate is quite different from the one he got from the university in the US. This is perjury. Everything is highlighted in this video on the top right corner. You can watch it or get the link in the video description. The surprising thing is why the person that says he won the election is so rattled. They are the people protesting and begging others to congratulate them. They are the same people talking about interim government. They are the most divisive. Look at what they did in Lagos during the governorship election. They've petitioned the NBC to find Channels TV. The NBC didn't even disguise a bit that TINUBU is not yet the president. They issued the fine within hours. This to give you an idea of what to expect if he's eventually sworn in. The press will be under serious pressure. Overall, this is just a distraction. Everyone should be focused on the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal because that's the most important thing right now. Every other thing is just a distraction. Atiku has led a protest, Peter Obi have not, but they are attacking him. No one is attacking Atiku. What does that tell you? The people who stole something from Peter Obi are restless. They are ready to do anything to hold on to the stolen mandate. So people should not lose focus. Yes, time heals every wound. They think they can distract Nigerians by discrediting Peter Obi so that his support base will win and people will just give up and say, after all, this is Niger. It don't happen. Make we forget. But we will be setting a very bad precedent if this heist is allowed to stand. 2027 will be worse. That time, they won't even bother to use thugs or the police. They will just write the results like the old times and INEC will just announce them. So everyone should focus on the tribunal. We've tested the electoral system and it failed. It's time to test the judiciary. Let's see if they will live up to expectations so that the country of our dreams will be actualized. Thanks for watching.